it's all about the stress that exists in the world, and mostly
Oh yeah.
people. And you know, it's very interesting that, like we spoke about it, when people are stressed, they stay away from what they actually should be doing. So what we're going to be talking about, you are, I hope, muted. Not sure if I'm not hearing you because you're not saying anything, but now you are, and we are recording. And let's take a very, very, very comfortable seat. And when I say a very comfortable seat, it's as if we're going on a flight, because we put ourselves on airplane mode, because we are taking a virtual flight into the self. And what I really want to work on today is transitioning. How we find transitioning a little less stressful. Because the transition in general, when there are, think about, here, you were just talking about the plumber thing. Think about a tube. When a tube is clogged with something, the water even cannot transition easy through that. And it's very funny because when I'm working on transitioning, it's what I really want it to be. It's a seamless effort. And I looked at a very old pair of underwears that I found. Hi, Louie. And it had many more seams than the new style underwears have. And it made me dig into my brain and think why there are more seams here than in the new ways. And it's very funny how the material things around us became more smooth and seamless, while inside of us, we became more tangled. And maybe it is because the frame is so easy that we are not paying attention of how we're growing from within. And so it brings me back to the conversation about extreme flexibility versus tightness, and it all has to do with energies. So take a very comfortable seat for a very sweet, soft moment. Remove the flush of the buttocks out of the way and set your palms facing up. And we've been talking about taking a very comfortable seat. And who knows what's comfortable anymore, because our clothes are seamless, everything is so comfortable for us. And where are we in the process? And as you tap into your breath, just notice whether you're breathing through your nostrils or your mouth. It is an awakening of awareness that supports us, helps transitions to be a little bit less stressful. And whatever kind of transition it is for you, it doesn't matter. There are so many transitions in life. So as you softly invite the breath, just notice it coming in and pay attention where it's having a hard time to go through. Whether you're choking, it's very hard to expand the chest. Let it be, and let that sensation of being stuck visit you so you can go through it. That's just like when the plumber pushed the clog out of the way. And so if lining of underwear is almost no seams, right? And that's at the very base of us to make us very comfortable in our underclothes. We want to make the same feeling inside our body, inside us. And softly invite the breath, and now close your mouth. And it might make it a little bit more difficult and less comfortable. It's okay. Invite it with a smile. As we are visiting the way we are now, our patterns, we know that within 21 days of practicing, we can shift it to a better place. So make it a soft invitation to shift to a better place inside of you. So because we're not plumbers, and because we are allowing that clog, that discomfort to smoothly soften its way out, we're inviting more breath into that mind that controls our soul. And that mind and body are the spatial container together, physical and mental, to allow the soul to exist, to our spirit to live within us, and rather than choking and having uncomfortable sensations, just get brighter. So breathe a little more, a little deeper, a little bigger breath. Feel the whole entire body getting big from inside. And feel what happens when you exhale. There's a connection to a center that is always there for you when you choose to look at it. So this expansion, whether you're breathing through mouth or nose, is an invitation to see the brighter part of life. And the exhalation is to let go of what no longer serves us and connect into the center. And because we were looking for seamless transition, make it soft. So it's not going to hurt. And it's a choice, again, just like to have a comfortable seat. And on your next breath, close your mouth and make sure you're breathing only through your nostrils. And imagine your spine. And invite the breath from the nostrils to the back of the throat. And travel with it along the spine as far as you can. There's no competition. There's no good and bad. It is an invitation for a new pattern, for a new way of being, to allow the center shine and the rest to transform and change as it needs to be. We're doing our best, and that's as much as we can do. Breathing softly. Our best can grow as much as we're growing better towards ourselves. Inhaling, bigger breath through the nostrils. Exhaling, letting the outer body release, soften, and connect to your center. And one more time. Now release the breath for a second. Just for one little second to feel what changed for you. Whether you're sitting straighter, whether you're more upright, whether your outer body had softened, maybe your shoulders are less tight or your neck is less stiff. And now, close your eyes and invite the breath as if you can breathe from the crown. And as you breathe, allow the breath to come in from the crown into your head, into your neck and shoulders, into your chest, front, back, belly, front and back, arms and legs. And just before you exhale, root your sit bones down and grow tall towards your crown. It is an invitation to breathe crown all the way to the tail that is in between your sit bones. And a greater invitation to root to the here and now and through center to grow tall. And make it a soft invitation, a soft transition, a soft, seamless awakening of something that exists within us and quite forgot to use. Breathing crown to tail, rooting down, feeling the core engaging and growing tall all the way to the crown. Notice if you're lifting your chin too much, bring it parallel to the floor. It's another diaphragm there. Inhale and exhale to grow tall. And as your spine lengthens, feel that center energetic line of your body awakening. And on your next breath, imagine a beam of light, a ray of sunshine, a bright white yellowish healing light coming from your crown with your breath into your head, filling up your head with bright yellowish light, touching all dark spots that are tough to be seen, yellow, into your neck and shoulders, into your chest, front and back, into your belly and your low back, all the way through your arms and legs. And as you root down to your here and now by pressing the sit bones into your seat, grow tall with it. And try to maintain that center of your brain and supporting. And breathe again, crown to tail. And it's a soft invitation to change ourselves. And root down to grow tall with your higher potential. And one more time, crown to tail. Lots of light coming into the whole entire body. And as you see that light coming in, as you choose to connect to your inner self, you allow a greater connection to your highest, to your own highest self. And release the outer body and release the practice and keep your eyes closed and take a look inside and see the places that are lit or not. And know that the power of healing, the power of creating freedom within is all yours. And so with that inner power and ability to change yourself softly, invite back to parts of you that are clogged, that are dark, that are not seeing light yet. And that's how you get out from that. It's an exodus into freedom. That's how you get out from that feeling of being trapped. And slowly, with that bright vision within you, open your eyes and look around you and see how brighter the room is, and feel, and slowly start moving your fingers and awaken them, and feel maybe they are soft, and straighten your legs and shake them a bit and make it a very soft thing, and flex and point your toes. And we are awakening at any point of time. It's a choice, the body. And so let's go further into the spine and into support to bring life and joy into the body so we can feel better, so we can see things from a different perspective, inside of us and outside. So let's come onto all fours, remove the blanket, plant your palms underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and start undulating your spine by inhaling softly, looking forward, and exhale rounding in. And inhale, look forward, and exhale rounding. And while you keep doing it, inviting the light to be the guideline, your center line. Feel whether your shoulders are up to your ears, two down towards your hips. Keep your arms straight and stay centered. Inhale, look forward, and exhale round all the way in. And because we're talking about seamless transition, inhale, look forward. See where you are stuck. It's great that I can't see where you are, because I trust that you're doing the best work. Make it a soft invitation. Inhale, look forward. Exhale around all the way in. And now stay here. And take a deep breath in and try. I know it's opposite than you think it should be. Inhale, breathe big into the spine. So it's crown all the way to tail. And instead of tucking the tail forward, stretch the tail towards your knees. Keep the low belly in and up. Feel that. Stretch your tail back, soften your heart, and keep your belly, ribs engaged while stretching your tail back so you're not tucked. Yes, so you're long and bright along your central line of the body. Palms are planted firmly into the floor, into the earth, into the support, and you soften your heart. And now straighten your right leg and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hold the belly in to make any transition from now seamless, and take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, as your belly engaged, lift the right leg up. And keep it up and point and flex the toes to awaken the leg in a whole new way. And on the exhale, point your toes and hug the knee to the chin. And inhale, straighten it up and flex the toes and point to bring it in. And inhale, take it up and flex and press the heel back to lengthen. And exhale, bring it in. And stay here and round yourself a little further. And plant your right foot in between your palms. And place your hand on your front knee. And if you manage to do it seamless, it's awesome because you reconnect yourself to your core, Take a deep breath in, crown to tail. Refine your core in this new situation. And as you're hugging the center, stretch forward. So we can collapse and find some sort of a stretch. It feels good for a moment and might have a little different aspects in the long run. So zip your center, hip bones forward, stretch your right knee forward. And now take your arms up and take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, maybe sink a little further down. And inhale, look up. And exhale, maybe sink. Stay connected to your center. Stretch your left arm back. Touch your left heel and stretch your right arm up and back. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. Point and flex. Point and flex. Turn your toes in and out. It is in your awakening and your awareness. Plant your right foot, and what was yesterday with your right leg is not what's today. Release your right knee next to your left. Plant your palms firmly. Close your eyes for a second to feel, to recognize the change. And it's tremendous if you allow yourself to connect to yourself. And take a deep breath in and round. And on the exhale, engage the belly. And inhale now, stretch your tail back and your crown away so you have a greater awareness of the length of your spine. And on your exhale, keep holding the belly in and stretch your left leg back. And take a deep breath in to enjoy life in the body. And on the exhale, engage the belly and lift the left foot. And point and flex. And point and flex. And that new awareness, press your heel out. On the exhale, point the toes, bring them in. Inhale, press the heel out. Engage the belly, engage the glutes, hug it all the way in. Inhale, press it all the way up. Engage the belly, point the toes, bring it all the way in, and plant your left foot in between your palms. Hands on front knee, recalibrate center. Crown to tail is the breath. Zip up the belly, tail down, crown up, to stretch your front knee forward. So you are connected to your frame to have a seamless transition, rather than having a seamless frame that is very flexible. And inhale, stretch your arms all the way up. And exhale, stretch forward. And breathe again. And go forward. And one more breath. And stay zipped to your center. And go a little forward to Anjaneyasana. And take a deep breath in to take your right hand all the way down. And stretch your left arm up and back. And feel stretches all around many parts of the body. And exhale, release your hands to the floor. And find a straight left leg somehow. And breathe into that transition. Make it smooth and soft for yourself. And while you're grounding your left heel, point and flex the toes. So the most important part is to ground, to take a seat, as I call it, and then to lengthen the spine, to see and feel joy in the body. And now turn your toes in and out. And sometimes we're not recognizing it as joy because it's foreign. It is difficult. So make it a smiley transition to help yourself feel. And now come center, release your palms, release your left knee, feel, and tell yourself whether you need to continue or whether you are totally done. The whole body was worked into it. Take a deep breath and inhale, look forward. Exhale, round in. Inhale, round in, engage the belly, low belly, in and up. Stretch your right leg back, tail back, crown forward, belly in. You're in plank. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And you're breathing and you're engaging and you're feeling. And I take both heels to the right. Place your left foot in front of you and stretch your left arm up. And breathe to lift your hips and maybe look back. And make it as soft as possible with your breath. And then release your left hand down and release your right hip as further down as you can for a stretch. And smile and lift it all the way up. Now stretch your left arm all the way up. And maybe over and release your left hand down and your right hip is coming as far down as you can for a stretch. Breathe. And one more time, third one is charm. And release. And feel. And now lift your right hip, thread your left leg back. Bring your knees to the floor. You're on all fours, feel. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round in. Stay here, round in. Engage the low belly in and up. Engage the ribs. Stretch your tail back and your crown forward. Your left foot goes back. Your right foot goes back. New situation. Remain in transition. Engage into your center. Brighten it up. Soften the heart. Both heels goes to the right. Plant your right foot in front of your hip, knee, wherever it takes you to lift the hip up. And stretch your right arm all the way up. And then all the way over. And as you breathe in crown to tail, maybe see a different perspective of your room. And release the right hand down and stretch your left hip as further down as you can. And inhale, right arm up and over. And I'm making a circle with my right shoulder to bring the left hip down. And inhale, breathe light, open, stretch. Right hand come down. Left hip come halfway down, wherever you take it. Inhale, come center. Turn back, come onto all fours, and feel. And so we got a little further with our stretches, and we even feel a little better. So let's tuck the toes under, take a deep breath, and inhale, look forward, revisit, round all the way in, and only by revisiting where we were, we can feel the change. Draw the belly in and up, inhale, exhale, tilt back, round forward, lift your knees off the floor, engage into the strength of your arms, and stretch your hips all the way, downward facing dog. And down dog is an inversion. Straighten your arms and bend the knee at a time. Keep your arms really straight. And now tippy toes your feet forward to Uttanasana. And before you roll up, just bring your strap and your towel next to you. And stay in Uttanasana for a breath or two. And straighten a leg at a time and check how close your palms can come to frame your feet. And slowly roll up to stand. And stretch your arms all the way up towards the highest point you can reach. And on the exhale, release your arms alongside of the body. And that's Tadasana, mountain pose, the foundation pose to all poses. Make sure your feet are flexed, your toes are flexed, that you can feel the ground. Your feet are flexed naturally, unless you're on your tippy toes. Make sure your hips are over your knees or over your ankles. Notice that your shoulders are further over your hips and not forward or too much back. Bend your knees, close your eyes. Feel the breath coming in all the way from the crown to the tail. Root your tail down, engage your low belly, and stand up tall. And while being here in Tadasana, recognizing center, let's take a deep breath in, open your eyes. Keep your arms alongside of the body. Lean left, lean right, lean left, lean right. Take a deep breath in, lift your left heel, stay in center. So if you need to remind your belly to bring up and back, do that. Flex the foot to lift the left foot off the floor. So you know that my center was not in the center. Now bend the knee and lift it up and stay here. And from a true Tadasana, we can open the knee to the left and then bring the foot to the shin for now. And notice whether you lost your center, whether you're taking your pelvis forward, taking it back. Really engage into your center, energetic center. Breathe into it. Release the right foot next to left. Take a deep breath in. Let's do it on the other side. It's very tricky to make it smooth because what goes into it is the factor of our mind. It tells us that we're not good. Lift the right heel. That has to do with inner child. Bring the belly in and up. Lift the foot. Open the knee. And it's okay not to be good. Being aware of when you're not good is the only option to work on it to become good. So look at it with new ways, with new eyes. Bring the foot in. Notice if the pelvis is forward just to survive in the pose, go back. It's fine to touch a wall, to touch something. Squeeze in and release. And let me show you how you can do it back. So what we have in the body is block. Take a deep breath in, Bend your knees. Take the roll, place it on top of your thighs and rest your belly on it. And as you rest your belly on it, the belly is getting a nook into the body. I don't know why that word came to me, but it's an invitation of the belly to find a new way inside, a newer stretch of the belly in ways that are hard to feel in different ways without a roll. Take a deep breath in, bend your knees, inhale, straighten, exhale, bend, inhale, straighten, and now exhale, release your roll and fold forward, and notice the difference between this Uttanasana and the Uttanasana you had before. And slowly, with your roll in your hand, come up to stand and place the roll in between your thighs and squeeze the thighs in and find that center. And now you know your tail is going to your roll, and as your belly that you know how to get in is going in and up, you're growing tall. And now lift the left heel and stay center, hugging your roll, and lift the foot and bring the knee forward and notice what's your tendencies. And take a deep breath in and just widen the knees back. Keep hugging the roll and place it to the shin. It might want to fall. Stay there and now release. Let's do the other side. And take a deep breath and stay in center, belly in and up. Squeeze, lift the right heel, lift the right foot, open the knees, smaller movement. Bring the foot to the shin and now release. Squeeze it again with crown to tail and now release the roll. And let's do it without it again. Take a deep breath in. Lift the left heel. Squeeze that roll, lift the knee. Open it up. Bring the foot to the shin, maybe higher. Maybe take your arms out. Ta-da, your center is really lit. Release. Let's do the other side. Take a deep breath in. Lift your right heel, right foot, right knee to right. Engage your center. Right foot to shin, over the knee. It's the awakening of that center. Breathe light into it. Arms out. Exhale to release. And now that you know how effective your center is, let's use it in all that we're doing. Hands on the shoulders. Inhale, look forward. Let your center, your inner light, show you the way. Round in, engage the belly, inhale. Stretch your tail back and your crown forward. Engage into your belly. Lift your knees off the floor. Take them back into a plank. Separate your feet wide apart. Stay in wide-legged plank. Lean forward and back. Lean forward and back. Deep breath in. Then deep breath out. Stay in your center as if you're hugging a roll. And now inhale, come forward. Bring your right foot to meet the left. And bend your elbows. And come all the way down. Stay in your center. Come onto fingertips to lift your shoulders up and back. Stretch. Stretch the front side of the body, which will be where you're taking yourself, while connecting into the past, which is where you're coming from, and that's the present. Come all the way down, plant your palms, deep breath in, engage into the core. Tuck your toes under, push yourself back up to plank. Take a downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. Place the roll in between your heels. Squeeze your inner heels, inner shins towards each other and bend your knees. Deep breath in. Take the band in your hand. Hold it tight, elbows to the side of the body. Squeeze everything. Inhale, straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, biceps curls. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, biceps curls. Inhale, straighten. Let the center guide your way and make the move seamless. The transition is so easy that you are really feeling the energies. There is a tingling sensation. Now stay here, straighten your arms and rebend. Awaken the frame. Awaken the muscles. Squeeze. Take your tail back if it's coming forward. And now straighten your arms and leg and open your chest cavity. And really stretch it out. And now exhale, release. And keep the roll where it is. If your feet came apart or they're no longer parallel, realign. bend the knees. It's okay to get out of alignment sometimes, as long as we know what's alignment and that we know how to get back. Hold the strong fist to the bend. Squeeze in. Squeeze even more. Elbows up and back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, release. Notice where your shoulders are. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, release. Inhale, straighten legs and arms from the center. Inhale, straighten legs and arms. 3 more times. Feel your triceps. Feel the ground beneath you. And now bend your knees. Take your shoulders up and back. Straighten your arms. Lift them up, up, up. And now straighten your legs and arms and look up and back. And let your shoulders come down and your heart open. And make sure that your tail is not going forward. And maybe release for freedom. And inhale, come all the way up. And notice how much more room you have in your center. And so release the roll. Release that new awareness or that new guidance for awareness. Don't release the awareness. Separate your feet wide. Make sure your feet are parallel. As if you're squeezing the roll, bend your knees. 90 degrees, turn your toes out. Deep breath in. Take the bend over your head. Hold it tight. Relax it over your crown. And now we're opening up into a vast shape where we are having to stay centered. So crown to tail is the breath. Tail down, crown up, relax your shoulders. Feel how all muscles are engaging, participating in your evolution, seamless evolution. Smile if you're feeling the muscles. And I inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Engage, zip to the center. Breathe light into the center. If that's the hardest thing, it will awaken all other muscles at the same time. Stay here, take a deep breath in. Lift your right heel. Lift your left heel. Stay here, hold tight. The band is not tight. The band is loose. It's your fist that is tight. It is your frame that is tight. And now release your legs, straighten your arms, take your shoulders up and back. Release the bend. Bring your feet parallel. Make sure they are parallel. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch your arms up and over the head. Inhale, look right. Exhale, look left. Inhale, stretch your arms up and over. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow wherever you are. With your feet wide apart, walk your hands forward to a wide-legged down dog. Inhale. On the exhale, zip the belly, take your tail up, straighten the left arm. Right hand goes to left shin. You can bend the knees or not, it doesn't matter. Use the power of your right hand onto the shoulder blade. Straighten your legs and look underneath your left shoulders. Shoulder, armpit. Smile. And breathe back. Inhale. Exhale. You can bend the knees and straighten to awaken whatever you need, all those clogged, darkened areas within you. Breathe light into them to remind them of the love you have for them. And now release your right hand and feel. And straighten your right hand, and with your left hand and bend knees, you're taking your left hand to your right shin. And it's your work to awaken and open the inside while the frame is getting stronger. So bend, maybe look right. And make it a twist that really supports you. And now inhale, come center. And on the exhale, stretch further back. Maybe you can come to your forearm. And if you got to your forearms, take a deep breath in. Bend your knees, hug into center, straighten your arms at the same time. Straighten your legs. And tippy toes your feet forward to frame your hands. So when you end up, sorry that I have to turn, when you end up with your feet framing your hands, bend your knees for squat malasana. And if you need to elevate your heels because your heels are not catching the ground, they're not comfortable in their seat, so to go, place something underneath them. So the body will know it's okay. I'm going into a new journey of allowing a flow within me that will support me in a different way. And while hugging the knees towards each other, shins towards each other, heels towards each other, bring your palms to your heart, where all knowledge resides. And at the same time, wide release apart. And that opening in the inner thighs is awakening something new. And to make it seamless, not hard work, to make your self-image of yourself a little brighter today, so you can really feel good. Release the right hand down and take a deep breath in and zip up the belly and stretch your tail back to open your heart to straighten your left arm. And that love in your heart that you have for everyone towards you right now is the biggest gift you can give yourself. Now come center and feel right and feel left. And there is a difference, just like in politics, right? Palms to heart, but at the base of it, it's all heart. Zip up the belly, stretch your tail back and your crown forward. Let the frame you, stretch your left arm out. So it's gonna be a seamless transition, no injuries, whatever will happen. Stretch your right arm all the way up. Take a deep breath and smile, look up. Open your heart in this difficult situation. Come back to center. Find center. Find crown to tail breath. Release your hands to the floor, straighten your legs, a leg at a time. And now bring your feet together as you fold forward to Uttanasana. And your next move will be to bend your knees and take a deep breath in and bring your palms to your heart. And on the exhale, remember the low belly zipping in and up. And the tail go back and the crown go forward, and stay here and be brave and breathe light and feel. And inhale, exhale, right elbow to left knee. And inhale, center, exhale, left elbow to right knee. Without letting your knees move or your hip move, you're opening your upper chest cavity. You're opening your torso. You're twisting right and left, right and left. And now you come to your right, and you do the same thing like we did before. You lift the right heel, stay in your center to lift the right foot, and thread it all the way back. And take your arms all the way up, and open your heart. And on the exhale, hands to heart, and your right foot to meet the left. Stand up. And take a deep breath in and smile to yourself because you did it. And bend your knees, and let's do the other side. And as you bend your knees, low belly is coming in, up, tail go back, round, go forward, twist to the other side. And as you zip to your center, stay lit in your center, lift your left heel, maybe lift your left foot, maybe thread it all the way back, and then take yourself to a high lunge, open up, and exhale, come center, and spread your legs wide, very wide. Make sure your feet are parallel, your heels are in one line. And take a deep breath in, and take your arms out to the side. And as we twist and turn and make movements that we didn't think we can, turn your palms to face up to receive all that knowledge. To choose that the challenge that we're going through is going to be seamless for us, and we're going to be so precise that our center is going to stay lit. Turn your right toes forward, bend your front knee. Yes, I know it's a very wide stand. Reverse your warrior, feel the stretch. Take your right forearm to the thigh to reconnect, to zip into your center, left arm up and over. Deep breath in. Release your right hand forward. Straighten your right leg. Reverse your Trikonasana. Take a deep breath in. Smoothly come center. Find the length, find the center. Right hand to right shin, to right thigh, to right toe. Wherever it is working for you today, so you can breathe light into the tightness while feeling the parts. Inhale, come center. Release your right toes parallel to the left. Release your arms alongside of the body. And so my stand is really long. You know that the measurement is ankles under wrists. And because I have long arms and short legs, it's a little bit out of proportion. But take a deep breath in. And now, with your feet parallel, turn your left toes forward and bend your front knee. Deep breath in to straighten the right leg and feel the stretch as the past, that knowledge that we have, that tightened us up, binded us up, is growing to release. Reverse your warrior and let that past, the back leg, supports us instead of hold us back, and take your left forearm to the thigh and your right arm up and over. And first zip your center, take your toe back and you turn up, stay in your heart, maybe release your left arm. And now straighten your left thigh and come center to reverse your Trikonasana. And all those poses in yoga, all the warriors, are amazing poses because you have to go through a transition that supports the center. So keep your center and your heart open and then go as far as you can reach. To get down with your crumble underneath the weight, there's no point. So zip up the center and from your right center, straighten up. And now come all the way up again and make your feet parallel one more time. And this time interlace your fingers behind your back. And with bent knees, take your arms up and over. And release the index fingers. And with your bent knees, straighten your, stretch your fingers to the ceiling to take the shoulders away from the floor. And shake your head yes. And shake your head no. And shake your head maybe. And from your crown to your tail you grow. And now straighten your legs and let the arms come up and over. So that flushing of the shoulder blades helps us really relax the shoulders and the neck. And now release your hands to the floor. And inhale, look forward. And turn your feet in a little bit. And bend your knees. And come onto all fours one more time. But this time, just like we did before, we did it before when we went to Chaturanga. I want you to go forward, 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 and bend your elbows at 90 degrees. And inhale, straighten your arms. And you have the arm muscles strap and the frame. And stay here and breathe crown to tail. And engage your belly. And now place your head on the floor and lift your knees. And walk your feet up. So the head is on the floor. The palms are on the floor. You have 90 degrees. And all I want you to do is notice the crown. And that sensation of pressing down to grow tall. And as you press down into the crown, there's a sensation of lifting up. Because the tail by itself grows tall. You can bring one knee to the upper arm and then the other. And just hang it up here and maybe wave with your feet. Stay connected to your center. And then release your feet. Find a way to forward fold. And interlace your fingers behind your neck. To give your neck a stretch. And it is really helping to compress the vertebrae and then separate them. You're making space. You're feeling how the space supports you. And I go back to a downward facing dog, which is another inversion pose, because your head is below your hips. Just feel. And inhale, lift the right leg up. Flex and point your toes, engage into your belly, bend the knee, open the hip. And on the exhale, bend your left knee and touch behind you. And lift your hips like we did at the beginning and stretch your arms up and back to open your heart. And on the exhale, find a smooth transition to center and hug the knee to the chin. And take the knee to right and take it to left and right and left and one more right and one more left and stretch the right leg all the way to the left. And turn your left heel down to lift yourself up. And it's very similar to what we did in the beginning, a little different. Stretch yourself up and over and maybe back. From your own center, let your heart shine. And then release your left hand down and point your right toes and bring your right knee to the outer right wrist. And as you come into pigeon, in such a smooth transition, notice that you're not collapsing. And so notice that you didn't let go of your center. Notice that you're not flipping to the right or over flipping to the left. Notice that you can be in a place where you press your right toes down, left toes down, that's your ground, zipping your center, softening the heart. Zipping your center, softening the heart. Stay in your light at all situations in life. And who knows what life is bringing upon us. Keep your belly in and your heart soft. Keep gathering right knee towards left and left towards right as if you have a roll in between them. You can come all the way down to rest. Recognize crown to tail grab. Try to stretch your tail towards your left heel. It's kind of hard with your right knee forward, but it makes a difference to notice. You know where you're at. Now straighten your arms and bend your left knee. And point and flex the toes again. Feel the knee join down and forward. And inhale, lift your left arm. And point your left toes and take your left hand to left toes. And deep breath in to bring the heel closer to the outer hip. Feel the quad stretching. And turn your left elbow up. If you can turn your fingers forward, it will go up. Deep breath in. Stay zipped in your center if you're collapsing. And zipped in the center will allow you eventually to release the right hand. Belly in and up. Release the left foot down. Take a deep breath in, bring the foot up. Flex and point one more time. Point the toes, right hand, all the way up and back. You're opening from the other side to bring the heel to the center, right where your tail is. Yes, you can turn your fingers forward and elbow up. Feel the stretch on your left foot. And now release and take a deep breath and tuck the toes under. Lift yourself up and you all the way down dog. And feel one side and feel left side. And know that if you do the same on the other side, you're gonna feel better on the other side. So take the left leg up. Point and flex the toes to recognize the muscle, bend the knee. Opening the hip. Bend the right knee and touch behind you. And lift the left arm up. So you're pressing the floor to lift your arch up and back. To open up. And inhale, come center. Plant your left foot down. Hide the knee to the chest. Take it left. Take it right. Take it left. Take it right. One more left. One more right. Straighten it underneath your right armpit. Turn your right heel down and again, lift your hips up. And as your hips are lifting up, stretch your right arm up, over, back. See where you can see. Stretch yourself from your center out. And on the exhale, as you release the right hand down, point the left toes and bring the knee to the outer left wrist. And as your toes are pointed, press them down to the floor to support the opening of the right side. So that ground, nurture the opening, supports change. And it's challenging to choose that way because it's easier not to do. It's easier to say, I don't have it, versus saying all the abundance that you have within you. And what holds us back is usually our self-perception of things we heard in the past, the inner child. By the way, Mayim asked for the meditation on Sunday to be inner child healing, so it will be. Maybe you'll join us. And if you haven't joined me on Facebook, of Peace Starts From Within, and Instagram, and they're connected, please do so and send likes. Because we don't have conversation, I need to see you with me. It makes me feel good too. So straighten your arms, and from your center, bend your right knee, point and flex the toes to connect the center. And now as your toes are flat, pointed, take a deep breath in, right hand all the way up and back. Open the right shoulder and bring the right foot towards the outer right hip. And as you do that, if you can turn your fingers forward and stretch your tail back, go for it. And really feel the quad stretching and breathe light into it, into the possibilities and opportunities that exist in the opening, in the awakening, in the willingness to let what was no longer serves us end and start something new. And I release and take a deep breath in, and again lift the foot up, point and flex. Point it to take the left hand all the way and release the knee all the way close to the tail and stretch your tail back and your crown up. So here you can lift the right foot, the right hand, sorry, and really open up. Yes. And I release to center, palms under the shoulders, toes tucked under. Lift the right knee. Feel the stretch of the right heel. Take your left leg all the way back. Find a downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet in and come down to your knees. And if you need to support your knees, go for it. And if you don't need to support your knees, you don't need. But place your roll in between your knees on the floor to support your center. And that's what we're working on. How to make seamless transitioning, crown to tail, squeeze your roll so your tail is not going too forward, not going too back, and it's your low belly lifting in and up. And stretch your arms all the way up. And take a deep breath in and thread your left fingers towards your left heel and bring it up. And exhale, go the other side and lift it up. And inhale, take it all the way and zip your center to touch and maybe stretch your right arm all the way up and back. And inhale, center, and zip your center as you touch and lift yourself a little higher from your inner light. And inhale, take your arms up. And maybe you can take both hands all the way to your heels, press down to grow tall. Take your tail back, lift the low belly in and up. And inhale, come center up. And now, release the roll. Maybe take it behind you, by the way. Bring your knees together and your feet apart. So your heels are touching your other hips. And if needed, sit here. If it's too much for your knees, if it's too much of an opening. And if you're here, breathe into the opening. And if you're stuck here and you feel that you have the access to your heel, make something good out of it. So make a foot massage. You can make a fist and really press into the center of the arch and awakening parts you didn't know exist. Those are correlating points to organs. So press them so they'll get more breath, more light, life force. And if you're not sitting on a roll, once you're done with your massage, if you are sitting on a roll, continue with the massage. If you're not sitting on a roll, you can come down for your forearm. Actually, on a roll, you can do that too. You just shouldn't go all the way back. And if you have it and you're ready, go all the way back. And you can stretch your whole entire body. And feel, if you are elevated on a bolster or some towel, please don't go that far. And now, smoothly, find your way back out. And straighten your legs. And shake them. And feel. And take a deep breath in and stretch your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, fold forward. And as you fold forward, notice how much you're rounding and how much you're not. So take a deep breath in. Wiggle your glutes out of the way. Take your tailbone back. Engage the low belly in and up. And take a deep breath in to find the length of your spine before you go forward. So you are straight arms, belly in and up. And you lengthen in your spine, crown to tail. Root your tail down, go forward. And with that healthy stretch in your hamstrings, you can go forward, tail back, crown forward, and further forward, tail back, crown forward with the breath. And then just collapse into it. And in the big smile, roll all the way onto your back. And on your back, feel where you're at. Separate your feet. Bring one knee at a time into center. Separate your arms from side to side. Breathe in and out. And really engage and connecting to a deeper place inside of you. A light that is the space for your spirit, for your soul, in this physical body, entangled mind. And now come center and take a happy baby. And notice maybe you're collapsing into the try, or you're having a happy baby, that your tail is separate from your crown. And rock from side to side like a happy baby. And now release your feet down. Bring them together. Right knee over left. Scoot your hips to the right. Arms out. One more twist before we go into Shavasana. Breathe in and out. Soften and engage. Feel how much more there is to open. How much more light you can shine inside of you. Inhale, come center. Feet together. Scoot your hips to the left. Left knee over the right. And the scooting is to remain the arch in the low back. It's a very healthy arch. It's the arch that will support the opening of the torso and the kyphotic part of the upper back. Breathe in and out. Come center. Find center. Straighten your legs and arms. Arms alongside of the body, toes falling out to the side. And receive the fruits of your work, of your seamless transition from wherever it was to where you are now. And with a big smile, settle into your Shavasana, which is the pose to allow a transition to the next phase. So enjoy. You can remain in Shavasana. And if you're ready to start your day, stretch your arms above your head for a full body stretch. Toes to fingertips. And hug your knees into your chest and roll to the right, smoothly, without transition, without feeling the transition. Seamlessly find your way into a sitting position. With a seamless transition, bring your palms into your heart and bow your head to your heart. To where all that knowledge resides, to all that light is, to where the love is. And as you bow your head to your love within, as you connect it to yourself on your higher point, from that point, we bless each other. Namaste. As when I'm in the best place in me, and you're in the best place in you, then we are one. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the week. Stay safe. And yes.
Namaste, Michal. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
תודה רבה, רותה, לאיזה דרך ליום חופשי, נייס.
El miedo.